Should you take Social Security early and invest it? Will you be better off? Motley Fool had written an article here the last couple of days, maybe even today, that talks about this. And the title was "The One Time It Makes Sense to Take Social Security Early." I think they're getting it wrong. So let me show you the article a little bit here. And I'm not following. Let's see, hold on a sec. Boink. Make that lower. Good night. There we go. All right. I'm not following this when I did my own spreadsheet. Maybe I got to follow my spreadsheet. I don't think so. So some of you all spreadsheet geniuses, let me know. But and I just did a video on this. I said I was going to look into it, and I'm not getting the same results here. So he says those who manage to save to a healthy nest egg have more options for them. Delaying Social Security may be attractive. Yet there's a choice that very few Social Security experts talk about: taking Social Security at 62, even if you don't need it, and investing your benefits to generate additional returns. And he talks about the flaw in Social Security analysis, but I think he's got a flaw, and I'll share with you here. So we got a break-even analysis, but then if we use a Social Security lifetime payout, assuming a 2% rate of return, even modest assumptions can make a marked difference in your analysis when to claim Social Security. Say, for instance, you're ultra conservative and want to put your money in bank CDs. Right now, you could get CDs paying around 2%. And if you do that, then you increase the likelihood of investing it earlier would make sense relative to taking it later. If you're just saving it and investing as opposed to spending it. So basically, here's a break even about 81 years old or something like that. If you're not investing, if you're just spending the money. If you are investing it and getting a 2% rate of return, your break even is right about 83.5 or so. But then he says if you have a 7% investment return, you can see here you have more income than you will if you have if you took it early than if you took it later. And it's hard to see, but it looks like decidedly more income too. And see, I don't get that. So I don't know what he's doing here. So, I mean, he talks about inflation, and I'm not coming across the same numbers here. So let's go into it. So I did a spreadsheet. And basically what I'm doing is I'm using Wanda Workers. We got Wanda Workers. So this is from May 1st, 2019. And she has a monthly benefit, all right, at $19.15 at her full retirement age of 67. $24.05 with delayed earnings credits at 70, and $13.44 at 62. So she's in my office and she's saying, Josh, I don't need the money. So should I take it, invest it, or should I wait? And I'm like, okay, let's crunch these numbers. So I did this very elementary spreadsheet, but it gets the job done. So we're taking, again, her 1344, 2405, and 1915. So we're taking 1344, we're timesing that by 12, all right? So because 1344, for simplicity, is $16,128 a year. I'm using a cost of living adjustment according to the trustees report of 2.6% with a 7% year-over-year rate of return. Again, this is linear. It's not going to be linear, but just let me entertain you for a second. I'm saying we're going to do that each and every year, and we're going to do it for 30 years. So she's 62 now, so we do it for 30 years until she's 92. So essentially the equation here is we're going to take C3, all right, which is $1,344 a month times 12. We're going to time, and again, this isn't every month. It's just a one-time. We're investing at one time each year. So I get it. We'll be a little bit off because it's not a month-to-month. I don't think it changes much, but it might change a little bit, but not much. Not enough to make it worthwhile to really dive into this. Anyway, so we're taking C3. We're timesing it by E2, which is right here, our 7% rate of return plus a 2.6% cost of living adjustment. So it's a 9.6% rate of return that we expect to get, all right, because we get 7% rate of return on our money plus 2.6% cost of living for the rest of the foreseeable future until she dies. So we go here, we do it for 30 years. We got 30 years, and we're going to compound that each and every year for 30 years. So this $16,000 compounded for over 30 years at 9.6% rate of return is the equivalent of $252,000. And you do that, and then you go compound it for 29 years, you compound it for 28 years, and so on and so on. You do that, and you add up all these sums, it's $2.696 million. I'm not sure what he got. I didn't get this. I don't think he got the same thing, though. What did he have? He had he had about 2.3 million or something like that. So I'm not sure why he got. I don't get where he's getting that. But anyway, because he doesn't say what he's using for inflation. He just says we use with inflation, but I don't know what he's using. I'm using 2.6%. So that makes sense. So basically, and at the last year of Wanda's life, all right, she's 91 years old. She puts in 16,128. She gets for 1 year only, 1 year, all right, and she gets 9.6% rate of return because that's the rate of return we get on the investments. And 7% investments plus a 2.6 cost of living. So when she dies, her investments, all told, was $2.696 million, which she invested. All right, now, which is good. I mean, I don't have a qualm with that. All right, but at the end of the day, if she waited until she was 67, the same premise. We got, everything's the same, but instead of having 30 years of compounding, here we only have 5 less years of compounding, so it'll be 25 years. That makes sense. So here we compound it for 25 years, but she has more. So remember, she starts with 1915. She's in my office today. She's 62 years old. The Social Security benefit statement says when you're 67, your full retirement age, you'll get $19.15 a month. But that does not say, what it does not say is a 2.6% cost of living adjustment she'll get from waiting until now until then. And so when she's 67, the 1915 won't be 1915, it'll be 2177 because of 2.6% cost of living adjustments. Now this cost of living adjustment is over here too, mind you, all right? It's over here. So it's all saying the same as even Steven, but cost of living adjustment on a higher amount, the similar percentage COLA is going to give you a higher amount in overall dollars because you're starting with a higher amount. That's all there is to it. So in this case, she gets $21.77 at the age of 67 because the cost of living adjustments were when she is 62 and contemplating doing this is only $19.15. This is a mistake, a huge mistake, and I'm going to hark on this. I've been harking on it. I'll continue to do it because people miss this, and I think it's bad. All right, so anyway, so her annual benefit will be $26,124, which would be $10,000 more than over here. Now, again, this right here is not factored in with inflation because this is factored inflation on this side. But at the end of the day, the 2.6% cost of living adjustment is shown here. The 2.6% cost of living adjustment is still shown on this side of the column in terms of 7% plus 2.6% cost of living adjustment. All right. So we do this, but we don't do it for 30 years. We do it for 25, and we come down here. We got 2.651 million. All right, so she'll have 45,000 less than if she took it at 62. That's money, but and we'll do the same thing if she takes at 70. What was previously $2,405 a month, if she waits 8 years, it'll be $29.53. The 2.6% cost of living adjustment. In this scenario, she won't do 30 years. She won't do 25. She'll do 22, all right, because she only has 22 years left ahead of her at the age of 70. This is when she's at 70 years old. She'll only have 22 years ahead of her because she's going to die at 92. So dying at 92, all three scenarios, dying at 92 and starting at 62 is 30 years. Dying at 92 and starting at 67, her full retirement age is 25 years. Dying at 92 and starting at 70 with the delayed earnings credits is 22 years. And here she'll have 2.63 million. So in that case, that's an extra, what's that, $60,000. That's assuming she gets 7% rate of return her whole life. But then we say, what if she only got, we'll say 5% on average. So here we got 1.097, 1.076. She has a lesser rate of return. And here it's $2 million over 1.827 million. So if she only gets 5% rate of return with a 2.6% COLA, so 7.6 total, she's going to be almost $200,000 better in the black if she waited till she's 70 than if she took it at 62. That would be the worst case. So to take it at 62, you really are expecting high rates of return. What if she got 1.086, and I don't know the answer here, probably pretty close to even. Yeah, even here. So, I mean, if you're going to take Social Security early investment, you've got to get more than 7% rates of return, and assuming, again, a 2.6% cost of living. Well, if she got 1.046, so she's not getting much at all. in that case, she's going to get 300,000 more to the benefit if she took it at 70. What if she got 1.6%? We got 10.6%, 1.106. Is that right? That's 10.6%. Yeah. Then she'll be 200,000 to the head if she had. So if she got 8% a year, 8% a year, she'd be making significantly more money if she took that 62 and invested. So it really depends on what your expectations are for future returns. If it's over 7%, you're probably right. You should probably invest it. Again, this is assuming a COLA of 2.6, and you just have to factor in that because I don't know. That's a risk. So you're assuming a 7% rate of return plus a 2.6% COLA, thus a 9.6% rate of return. I don't know. That seems a bridge pretty far to me. But look, man, I'm not saying it can't happen. If it were to happen, we're getting a 2.6% COLA, essentially a 9% rate of return year over year, regardless of how you factor it. Taking that 62 and investing probably makes sense. Absolutely. If you get less than roughly a 7% all-in rate of return, taking that 62 doesn't make sense. It completely depends on what your investment projections are. And I think this guy kind of says that, actually, because if you look at the 2%, he still has the break-even analysis benefiting the people who took at 70 right about 83 years old. I think that's 100% true. So anyway, it's interesting. I was somewhat surprised at pleasantly surprised. And my reasoning was along the lines of his. I just, still, I wouldn't do it. That's just, for me, it's a bridge too far to assume those kind of rates of return. Anyway, hope this helps. I'd like to hear your comments on this, and again, I'll put a link to the show notes. Thanks now.